all know Xbox is not really doing too well. They are not doing too well because they don't really. Again, they released a major game a month before Nintendo and Sony released their major game. So Xbox did really, really well in September, but Nintendo and PlayStation did really, really well in October because of their games. But apparently, losing everything of Japanese financial share has everything about what's happening. So a disaster Jim Ryan is leaving. Yeah. This is off of Twitter. Security research, OBED, But is this bad stock? It seems that PS5 is only being sold out by a significantly reduced price in the USA. So market value will decrease further. There was talk about SRO's game business is about to go bankrupt. The president of the game business has been replaced and there's no successor as well. Possibility, I think this is the weird possibility that CEA and SRO headquarters, the head office approved SEA's bullish strategy, but in reality, the company ended up in a mountain of inventory. The company hurriedly replaced the president and other company under direct control of the head office. Okay, I've always wondered, is Sony fumbling the PS5 numbers? Okay, our next-gen console selling as well as I was actually selling far worse than we realize. Okay, apparently, Sony's game business is about to go bankrupt, despite the massive success, so-called success of the PS5. Despite the console being the fastest and greatest console of all time, the fastest selling and greatest console of all time, despite having 2 games, basically, okay, you can't have a console just have like 1 or 2 exclusive games, okay, you gotta have more than one. For example, let's compare the PS5 to the Switch. The Switch had, Tears of the Kingdom, no, not Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild. Tears of the Kingdom was the newer one. Breath of the Wild, Splatoon 2, Mario Odyssey, 3 major games that sold tens of millions of copies in 1 year. Okay. PS5, Spider-Man DLC, okay? I know people say, but you're attacking the Miles Morales game, but you're defending Tears of the Kingdom, okay? But that's also $70 DLC, okay? But if you really think about it, Spider-Man Miles Morales is just Spider-Man. It's just an expansive pass to Spider-Man, okay? And they're selling that game for $60, okay? But Sony fanboys are glad we eat that up because it's the same, even though it's the same game as the first Spider-Man game. If you really think about it, Spider-Man 2 is the same game as the first one, but at least they continue, at least they have a different story with that game. But yeah, really, PlayStation 5 is at risk of losing everything. A Japanese financial insider said that, yeah, so PS5 is a disaster. This console is, like of the Xbox Series X and S, is a disaster. This current generation of gaming is a disaster. And we're currently heading towards a massive gaming crash. Of course, Nintendo is fine, obviously, but outside of Nintendo, AAA gaming has never been worse. It's filled with bugs and glitches, microtransactions. We have to worry about games being broken and buggy and filled with microtransactions at once. Okay, people want to go back to the simple days. We can just play a game, write a digital copy or on a disc, and be able to open up a game without having to download a game. Like on the Nintendo Switch, you don't have to download a game, download the whole game, wait for hours to play your game that you brought physically. That's why Nintendo Switch games still sell great physically, despite, the quote-unquote old digital age is coming. But Nintendo games sell bad to sell physically because they don't, fuck you over and tell you, hey, you still have to download the whole game off the cartridge. Big F you to the fans, okay? But I really think we are heading towards a crash, okay? Kind of like when we went to, like, the store, and there were PS5s all over the ground, like, I know they were stocking up for Black Friday, but, come on, okay? You really think that people actually care about the next generation of gaming? And yes, there are people like me who have to buy a next generation console because they discontinued the older consoles, so you have no choice but to buy the newer consoles. But that's there and there. But again, I have the money to afford a new console, unlike a lot of these other people who are struggling right now because we elected the president that ruined the economy. Yes, I am talking about the. I am. Yes, who you vote for as president does affect the economy. But yeah, we're not gonna get into too much about that, more about politics. But yeah, it seems that PlayStation, this whole thing about PlayStation's financial issues is what I've been saying for the past couple of years. We are truly heading into another gaming crash. Indie gaming should be fine, obviously, because indie games do not pull this bullshit all the time, like AAA developers do, and of course Nintendo should be fine. Yes, Nintendo has had backlash over the years, especially Game Freak's, Pokemon games like Scarlet and Violet. Okay, dude, I did have fun playing Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Yes, I did have fun playing the games, but I did not like the fact that the game will randomly to stop playing, and you have to go back on your progress because you can't save the game. The game auto saves. Yes, I think you can manually save a Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, but considering the fact that the game auto saves, nobody manually saves in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. The game just saves your progress for you. Okay, you shouldn't have to be pulled. The game, you shouldn't have to retread all your progress over again because the game decides, oh, I don't want to work anymore randomly. Okay, randomly. Okay. And it's funny that it happened to someone. It happens to people all the time because Pokemon Scarlet and Violet is a very gritty and buggy game. I really hope that Game Freak realizes this and takes more time on the Pokemon games. Okay, yes, the difference between Pokemon Scarlet and Violet is that the game released within a year with the last Pokemon game, whereas since Arceus was at least 2 years since Sword and Shield. While both of those games at least don't have a bunch of bugs and glitches all over the place. Yes, the games graphically may suck, but hey, graphics are not the whole story. Okay, Scarlet and Violet was obviously rushed out for the holiday season, just like Sonic 06. So really, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet is the Sonic 06 of Pokemon games. Okay, that's what it really is. So basically, now I understand what Sonic fans had to go through with Sonic 06. Because Pokemon Scarlet and Violet was the same thing. I still remember how I somehow got off the map in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Yeah, that wouldn't be possible in a completely working and functioning game. Yeah, that's it about this video here. And yeah, we really are heading towards another gaming crash, aren't we?